Cleopatra VII Philopator, born in 69 BCE in Alexandria, was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. A descendant of Ptolemy I Soter, one of Alexander the Great's generals, Cleopatra came from a line of Greek rulers who had reigned over Egypt for nearly 3 centuries. Yet, unlike her predecessors, Cleopatra fully embraced Egyptian culture, becoming the first Ptolemaic ruler to speak the native Egyptian language, in addition to Greek and several others. Cleopatra was known not only for her beauty, but also for her sharp intellect and political savvy. She was a skilled diplomat, a shrewd negotiator, and a student of philosophy, science, and the arts. Her charisma and wit would become as legendary as her political alliances. As the daughter of Pharaoh Ptolemy XII Auletes, Cleopatra grew up in a royal court filled with political intrigue. Her father's reign was marked by instability and heavy reliance on Roman support to maintain his throne. When Ptolemy XII died in 51 BCE, Cleopatra ascended to the throne at the age of 18, ruling alongside her 10-year-old brother Ptolemy XIII, as was customary. However, their joint rule quickly unraveled. Cleopatra's independent approach to governance and her efforts to consolidate power led to conflict with Ptolemy XIII's advisors. Eventually, she was forced into exile in Syria, but didn't accept defeat. Cleopatra gathered an army and prepared to reclaim her throne. Her opportunity arrived in 48 BCE when Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria, pursuing his rival Pompey during Rome's civil war. Cleopatra famously had herself smuggled into Caesar's quarters, wrapped in a carpet, or as some accounts say, a linen sack. This bold act not only secured her an audience with Caesar, but also sparked a legendary alliance. With Caesar's military backing, Cleopatra was able to defeat Ptolemy XIII's forces. Ptolemy XIII drowned in the Nile while attempting to flee, and Cleopatra was reinstated as queen, now ruling alongside another younger brother, Ptolemy XIV. Cleopatra and Caesar's alliance quickly turned personal. The two became lovers, and in 47 BCE, Cleopatra gave birth to a son, Ptolemy XV Philopator Caesar, better known as Caesarion. Though Caesar never officially acknowledged Caesarion as his heir, Cleopatra hoped her son would one day unite the Roman and Egyptian worlds. In 46 BCE, Cleopatra traveled to Rome with Caesarion, staying in one of Caesar's private villas. Her presence caused a stir in Roman society. While some admired her intellect and charm, others viewed her as a foreign seductress threatening Roman traditions. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE, Cleopatra quickly returned to Egypt, fearing for her safety and her son's future. Back in Egypt, Cleopatra ruled alongside her son Caesarion, but Rome's shadow still loomed large. In 41 BCE, Mark Antony, one of the members of Rome's second triumvirate, summoned Cleopatra to the city of Tarsus to explain her loyalty to Rome. Cleopatra arrived in style, sailing up the Cydnus River on a golden barge adorned with purple sails, dressed as the goddess Aphrodite. Antony was immediately captivated. Their meeting sparked both a romantic and political alliance. Cleopatra invited Antony to Alexandria, where their relationship deepened. Together they had 3 children, the twins Alexander Helios and Cleopatra Selene II, and later Ptolemy Philadelphus. Antony saw Cleopatra not only as a romantic partner but also as a strategic ally. In 34 BCE, during the donations of Alexandria, Antony distributed eastern territories to Cleopatra and their children, even declaring Caesarion as Julius Caesar's rightful heir. These actions outraged Rome, particularly Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir and Antony's rival. Tensions between Antony and Octavian escalated into open conflict. In 31 BCE, their forces clashed at the Battle of Actium, a decisive naval battle off the coast of Greece. Cleopatra personally commanded part of the Egyptian fleet alongside Antony, but Octavian's forces proved superior. In the heat of the battle, Cleopatra's ships retreated and Antony followed, leading to a catastrophic defeat. The couple fled to Egypt, where they attempted to regroup, but found their support dwindling. In 30 BCE, as Octavian's army approached Alexandria, Antony received false news that Cleopatra had taken her own life. Distraught, he fell on his sword, but survived long enough to be brought to Cleopatra, where he died in her arms. Cleopatra, now facing inevitable capture, chose her own fate. She famously committed suicide, though the exact method remains a mystery. Ancient accounts suggest she allowed an asp, a venomous Egyptian snake, to bite her, while others believe she ingested poison. Her death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and Egypt's independence, as the country was annexed into the Roman Empire. Octavian spared Caesarion briefly, but later had him executed to eliminate any threat to his rule. Cleopatra's legacy has transcended history. She has been immortalized in art, literature, and film, often portrayed as the ultimate femme fatale. Yet, beyond the myths of her beauty and romances, Cleopatra was a formidable leader who navigated the treacherous politics of her time with intelligence and determination. She remains a symbol of female power, charisma, and resilience. Her ability to influence two of Rome's most powerful men, and her dedication to preserving Egypt's sovereignty, even if only temporarily, have cemented her place as one of history's most enigmatic figures.